Alright, everyone. We got a big night ahead. But we're going to start it off with the 100% tutorial that we were planning on doing for the past month or so. If you've been planning on learning this category, feel free to follow along. But with me I have Doyle. He's an up-and-coming streamer and speedrunner of this game. He's been playing any percent for around a month and a half, right?
Yeah, like a month and a half. I started like late September.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so he hasn't learned 100% yet, and he's trying to get into it. So, being that it's like the main competitive category for this game now, I figured it'd be a good idea to show you guys like how the learning process would go, and how to tackle taking on some of these more intimidating movement strats. Alright, so I guess I should also say that we have the tutorial playlist up on the screen. That little black box at the bottom. We can use that for any of the tutorials in the playlist that we need. If you want to use the tutorials on your own, feel free to use the !tutorial command in the chat. You can check them out there if you want to follow along with us. Alright, so let's get started. I'm just gonna start a new game. I just did.
Am I doing the save thing or no?
That's a good question. Do you want to do RSS?
I've never done RSS before, so.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of a tutorial.
Yeah, well, like, I've just so in my any percent runs, I just started doing like the walk of shame.
Right. So you probably
so
do. You want to do? Are you looking at a rollbuck yet?
Yeah, I've actually that's what I was doing before we started the call. I was practicing rollbuck.
Okay, let's do autosave. You can do that.
Okay. And then I'm guessing I'm just doing everything business as usual.
Yeah, pretty much. We might actually have to either postpone grand finals or just finish this a different time, because we might not have enough time to finish, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, so we're just doing the walk of shame. I don't even know how to do that, honestly. I vaguely know where to walk, but I'll be showing you I guess one of two methods for rollbuck or chumball, whatever people call it.
Yeah. Yeah, because my thing with rollbuck was like just getting the right bounce off of the wall to carry you on top of the hill.
It's not really intuitive at first, but you'll get the hang of it after you do it a few times after I explain it to you. Oh, you know what? Do we do this first? I think the route is a little bit different for oh, you know what? Yeah, okay, we need to restart. I totally forgot. I don't know if this was in the any percent tutorial, but we do this a little bit differently now.
Okay.
Yeah, alright. So I guess I'll probably just edit this out.
Ooh, we got the beach ball sky.
Oh, you're on 360. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought your game feed looked good. I had the save game glitch right now, but it'll go away once I get this next spatula. I know that I know most people know this. I'm pretty sure you know. But for anybody who's watching, because this is also a tutorial for you guys, you're not allowed to start the game with the save glitch active. So this is just for tutorial purposes. We're not going to bother getting a spatula and then going back in. But yeah, you're not allowed to. You have to start the game without the save glitch, just to let you guys know. All right, so this route for RSS, for no RSS, you actually get the spatula on top of the pineapple first.
Oh wait, really?
Yep, you do.
Huh.
So, I want to see how you do Squid's house, by the way.
So I'm not disabling the hand first. I'm doing.
We do
Squid's
that
house.
after, yeah.
Okay. So I've been doing the one where you jump to the ear, like from the crevice of the nose to the ear.
Okay. Do you want to learn the faster method?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, cool. So, you've been doing this, right? What I just did here. I know there's stream delay, but yeah.
I haven't been going to the tip of the nose. I've been going like right into that corner.
Okay,
and then doing a
perfect.
full jump from there.
So, try doing that, but going a little bit higher. Like if you do like a little short jump and then a full jump after that, you can kind of you can go in the crevice, but a little bit higher. And you want to try to land on top of the window.
Let's see. Yeah, it's funny because like the way that, like, I don't know, just the way that Squid's nose is shaped. I don't know. It seems like it's kind of like a mind game of like whether or not you can get it.
As long as you have the right camera angle, it works.
What's the angle that I'm looking for?
This right here. You're a little bit too far.
Yeah, I kind of like line it right up, but
yeah, you want to just like focus on only using analog stick for this trick.
okay.
Like the left analog stick, not the right one. Don't turn the camera because it makes it less likely to get it. The camera in this game impacts the physics, like how you move. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I just kind of like got that like little pop up.
When you go for the second jump, just hold forward the entire time like this.
Okay. Yeah, you don't like curl around. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now next you want to go to the window, so you do these two jumps and then you pull back and go on top of the window and then get on top of the brow.
Okay. Yeah.
Now you're losing a little bit of time because you're going a little bit too high on the second jump. Watch how I keep myself, like I only jump as much as I need to.
Mhm.
So you can if you don't want to hold down the second jump too much for the first part. It's like two little quick jumps, like
yeah.
That's how the second jump should sound.
Let's see. If we can get back up there. Yeah, so we got the ledge grab, but yeah,
you want to avoid that because this trick saves, like, you're not going to save much time if you get the ledge grab because you lose a second and a half. That's the thing, is like some of these strats are a little bit easier if you just like get a ledge grab or something like that, but the fact that they save like a second or so makes it not worth it if you're getting it. You want to just really try to like manipulate your jump height by choosing when you activate your double jump or how high you send one of your jumps. But this whole trick, like, you can use full jumps for by holding down the A button. You just want to. It's all about the timing, like when you actually do those jumps.
Yeah, I'm having trouble getting on the window. I'm grabbing like his eyebrow.
Yeah, you gotta just land like slightly below it so you don't end up. Do you see where I'm like landing right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you can do is actually when you jump up to the window, you can turn and like you're kind of facing the house this way, and you turn in to make sure that you don't grab it. Because if you just come straight up like this, you'll grab it. You want to make sure that you're facing this way toward the house, and then as you're going up to the window, you turn this way.
Okay. Yeah, we did it. Perfect.
Nice. Alright, now, once you're up here, it's just one jump and a spin, and then double jump, spin, or you can just not spin, but I prefer to spin. Yeah. You just gotta, like, think about stuff like that, especially in a movement-based category like 100.
Yeah, I've been doing,
You can just fall off and spin and land on these
Yeah,
balloons.
that's a lot easier. That spaces it out a lot better.
Yeah. You just gotta think about stuff like that when you're analyzing the movement as you're learning it. We're not gonna get finished tonight for sure, but we can at least make it through early game and then do the second part later, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're gonna disable the hand. Actually, the faster way to do it is to do the first hand disable, then climb Squid's house and get the thing, and then do the second hand disable. The second part.
Oh yeah, because it saves a walk.
Yeah, it puts you back at the beginning so you can go to Squid's house. And you already know how to do the walk, so we're just gonna do that. I'm trying to think of what I can say about Tree Dome because a lot of that level is just experience.
Yeah. I really enjoy doing Tree Dome. Like when you get a really fast one, it's nice.
You're aware of like the stuff like if you get hit by something, the tartar sauce guy gets killed in one hit, and that you can't knock the bizbots into each other unless it's like a very situational thing where you can actually do that.
No, actually,
Okay.
I've kind of just like watched what you've done and then like tried to replicate it.
So a lot of Tree Dome is like analyzing what's around you and using the rest of the level to your advantage, like based on what's happening. So like sometimes you'll be in a situation where like the Duplicatotron blows up, and you can use the damage boost to launch yourself to the hamster wheel. And because you launch yourself to the hamster wheel with the damage boost, the tartar sauce guy starts taunting, and because he's taunting, you can kill him. You can kill him in one hit. If you see a bizbot, you can hit it into a fodder, but it doesn't work the other way around. And there's also like a Thunder Tiki that's way off in the distance. Like if you're moving counterclockwise, there's that Thunder Tiki that's by the fountain, the little fountain thing.
Yep.
Yeah, the little bird pond. You can just like knock one of the robots into the thing and blow up the other robots standing around it. So there are like some like small strats you can do. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. I don't even know how to do this.
You just kind of like, yeah. So you have to go like farther back, like around the mountains, around the purple rocks.
Yeah, I've never done this shit.
My lines aren't perfect, but I know how to get there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be very good at teaching this kind of stuff because I've never really looked at it myself.
Walking. And then okay, so we're doing Tree Dome directly after this.
Yeah, Tree Dome is right now in this. Yeah, you want to. Okay. So yeah.
Yes, I'll wait for you.
Well, I want to watch how you do Tree Dome, so might as well just go in.
All right. Let's go. Actually, yeah, I've only done Tree Dome without the bowling shot twice, so this should be interesting.
That was really good.
And then I've been like going up through like the top left quadrant.
You want to go through the bottom right one.
Okay.
Because it lines you up with the Duplicatotron a lot better. You don't want to go around that way though. You want to go around the opposite way again.
Oh really?
Yeah. You want to turn back around after that. Because you see how that guy was there?
Yeah.
And that guy was there. Yeah. Yeah. That was a relatively simple Tree Dome.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get like more sometimes you get like worse setups. If you want to take a look at my screen now.
Okay.
What just happened? All right. So I'll try to commentate this the best I can.
Yeah, and the stream's a little bit behind your voice for me, so I think I can get the gist.
See how I go through this part.
Yep.
Damn, my tree dome was actually pretty clean too. Okay, this
How
is
much of
actually
it
a
is
part
RNG?
where you should pay attention to also like how the fodders react with what I'm doing. So they just register what input you're giving to determine how close you are to them. So you can trick them by like kind of like slightly giving yourself like a little less analog. See how I was giving myself a little bit of a tiny left analog input there?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like slightly going to the right. You can kind of like give very subtle analog movements to make them attack or not attack. I don't know. If next time we get to a fodder, you can try that out for yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. Whenever they chase me, I always go slightly to the right, and then I just dart back to like that. So it's like moving slightly to the right, and as they get close to me, because the spin has like very high control over your movement because you don't have to turn around with it. You can just kind of like go slightly to the right and then just dart back.
I see.
They follow you, but you can just hit them. Yeah.
Great Barrier Reef!
Hey, Valkyra, thank you for the 19 months. Alright, so I want to see how you do this trick, because I know you said you were struggling with it.
Alright, Roebuck?
Yep.
Yeah. So I watched a few of the tutorials that other community members have made. I think, I forgot who has it, but
It's probably Jack, right?
I think so. And then, yeah, and then I think one other person has one. So how I've been doing this is I've been setting up my camera like this so that the tiki, like way off in the distance, is kind of like getting cut in half. I don't know, you can like kind of see it like way far to the right.
Oh.
And then that like the shiny object, how it's spinning is like just barely hitting the third post.
Well, if that's what you use to set it up, if that works for you, like this looks fine, so
Yeah.
you can keep using that.
Yeah, and then I guess my bigger problem has just been maneuvering the sponge ball on this ledge, and like getting enough speed and hitting the right spot. So like I know you kind of like just nudge it back and then you like pull and hit a particular direction and a particular part of the wall.
Yeah,
but
the thing about sponge ball is if you like pull back when you hit something, you can really manipulate which way you get sent. So like here's an example of like if I hit this like bridge here, we're actually okay. Here's an example. How about this part right here, right? That was just me pushing straight over it.
Yep.
But if I just pull back as I collide with it, maybe this isn't a good example, but I don't know. Let's see what I can do. So you can get more height like that if you pull it back just a little bit. Because you can really it's a very floaty mechanic, so you can really manipulate your air mobility with it.
It's like the trick in the beginner tutorial in Downtown with the arrow to get over the fence.
Yeah, yeah. They give you a lot of air control. So that's what I do here is you just get yourself down to this part, and when you hit the wall, you pull back and then push over.
Oh, okay, so you're hitting it actually a lot farther to the left than even when I was getting it the first when I was getting it in runs.
There's also a different way of doing this if you want to take a look at it if you have trouble with this. I think this is the easiest way of doing it, but there is a faster way that has been found pretty recently.
So let's see. So you were like going way over here and then something like that, but I've been getting that hit a lot.
Try pulling your control stick, like snapping it back as you touch the wall.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Think of it like the tower climb where you have to snap it completely back. Did you have to learn tower climb for your any percent tutorial?
No.
Damn. It really is 2019, isn't it? Holy shit. So I guess you don't even know what I'm talking about. Damn.
Let's see. Yeah, and then just getting like this ledge on the like this sand ledge, it's very finicky with like how exactly you roll off of it. Like sometimes you'll turn. Oh, I see. Yeah, so that does give you a lot more height.
Yep, exactly. You want to do that.
So then, as soon as I get that height, do I just keep pushing?
Yep. As soon as you get it,
upright.
As soon as you get it, you want to snap back to the forward direction again and push into the wall. I think the big reason why a lot of people struggle with this is because they're afraid to commit to their movements.
Yeah.
So
for
you have to
sure.
really just like, as soon you got to snap back and then you have to snap forward immediately. It's honestly, if you do it that way, it's really easy. I should not have done that. Let's go back.
Well, you have the tree dome warp.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I already did it. Stream
Okay.
delay.
Okay, yeah, I see. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but
Yeah, if you're
now that I have-
riding up the wall if you're riding up from the sand to the wall, you're not doing it the right way. If you have to bounce off the wall as soon as you hit it.
Okay.
You're just making yourself bounce so you can skip over the hump that gets everybody trouble. Yo, it's actually kind of wild that our game feed looks like pretty similar, despite me being on OG. I thought you were on OG when I looked at it.
No. Yeah, this is 360.
Yeah. That's the power of the OSSC, dude. If you ever get an OG Xbox, you gotta get one of those things. They're amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to invest in one eventually. I just I had a 360 lying around and didn't want to, No, don't fall off again. Yeah, so just like that ledge, like you're able to.
If you notice yourself even like turning like this, like if you start wrapping around, just bail. Don't even try it. Yeah, you gotta make a straight path. I'm actually kind of relearning this trick myself too, because I've been doing the other way, where you just go straight into it. You also don't really want to move the camera that much when you do this as well. Just try to focus on your own movements.
Okay, yeah, anytime I'm moving the camera when I'm like in that corner, I was just trying to get that angle that worked when it worked the first time I did it.
Jeez, I have stick drift on this thing already. It's cheap percent for you. Oh my god, I got it again.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, you're going a little bit too far down. I think on the ground for a bit, just pay attention to like how long it takes for you to turn around, like in a straight line. Like just get the sponge ball and like roll back and pay attention to how like the difference between like when you start to push forward and when you actually start moving forward.
Yeah.
You need to get a better sense of like how delayed the turnaround is, so you can be more precise about where you turn around. So I just like do this for a little bit back and forth like this.
When you're rolling on top of that sand, are you like holding a full like stick direction, or are you just kind of like nudging?
Oh, I am going down the sand. You can just you can just let yourself fall, and you can kind of guide yourself with the control stick and then push forward. You can do it either way, like nudging or just full stick control.
Okay.
I could try it with nudging for a little. Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, I am nudging a little bit. That is true for sure. Yeah. Okay. I don't really think about this stuff when I do it, but yeah, just let yourself fall and nudge yourself in the right direction, and then push forward, and you should be able to get it. Like yeah, just let yourself fall, nudge, and then push forward, and yeah, it's pretty consistent. I should have mentioned that earlier. It's hard to like verbalize some of these things that you just kind of do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If you let yourself fall down the thing naturally, though, it should work. Alright, I'm gonna watch how you do it. Yeah, so let yourself fall.
Yeah. I didn't pull
yourself
back when I
left
hit
to
the
right.
rock there.
Yeah, you want to hit it with as much force as possible and then pull back.
Yeah, and this is also like a tough trick to really like get live tutelage on, just because it takes a while to set back up.
I think we can do it. Change your camera angle. There you
From
go.
this?
Oh no, you're good. Sorry, it's
Okay. Yeah, stream delay. Yeah, so this is how I have it normally.
Yeah, let yourself fall and use just like left and right to like guide where you fall. Alright, you pretty much had it there. What you'd had to do that time is like you had to react to yourself bouncing off earlier and push forward. Like you really want to just bounce off and immediately push forward because you don't want to, like, you're going too far away from the wall. We actually could do Discord screen share.
Nope, not enough. That was definitely not enough speed.
Maybe next time we can do that.
Yeah.
Discord screen share is just so low quality though. Yeah.
If you have Nitro, can't you get it like 1080p 60?
Maybe, I don't know. It's still probably not as good as streaming though.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to get used to like the pullback.
You gotta really
when you hit
just
the
like
rock.
if you let yourself fall, it guides you down perfectly. As long as you just like, you can kind of tap to put yourself in the right direction. You gotta let yourself fall down farther though, so you can get more speed. Because you want to hit the wall with as much force as possible, so the bounce is much higher. You're still going a little bit too far to the left there.
Okay. That one felt like a reaction thing.
Yeah, it was a little. You were still a little bit too far left, and you struck the wall a little bit too far right.
Wait, when you say that I was a little bit too far left, you didn't mean when I was
Oh,
hitting
the way you were
wall, right?
the way you were falling off the the sand.
Oh, okay.
The falling was too far left. The wall strike was too far right.
All right, let's change that.
Okay, that looked really good, but you have to be like, you have to commit harder to ramming into the wall and
Yeah.
be faster with your analog movement when you bounce off of it. You want to immediately jerk your stick back in the opposite direction when you bounce off, and then immediately start holding it forward again.
Yeah, I think that this trick is just a matter of like, and it said it in a lot of in the tutorials too. Like, just it's very feel based, and once you get a feel for it,
Yeah, there are a lot of
You'll-
parts to it that are just kind of unspoken though.
yeah.
That time you were too far to the right when you bounced off of it. Like you when you ran into the wall, you were too far right.
Okay. Gotta commit.
Yeah. You gotta really believe that you're gonna get it. There are a lot of tricks like that in this game where you just have to really know that you're gonna get it to actually get it. Because if you hold anything back, you're just not gonna get it. What are you doing when you ram into the wall? Like from being at the bottom of the hill to the wall,
Yep.
what are you doing?
I'm holding back, and then once I realize that I got like the air bounce, I go to hold upright. But normally by the time I go to hold upright, I'm too low.
Oh no, I
so
mean like when you're falling down the hill.
Oh, I'm kind of like, so I'm right now I'm like letting go of the analog stick, and now I'm kind of nudging like down right. until I get to like
you want to
about
be
here.
holding up. You want to be holding up like even when you when you're moving in the opposite direction. You want to let yourself fall at some point, and then like even when you're moving in the opposite direction, you still want to push up. Like you want to start pushing up when you get to a certain point on your way down. You don't want to like stop yourself and then like
Okay.
this. Yeah, you're not gonna get enough height that way. You got to start pushing forward as you're still falling down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Wait. I lost my spot to where I was rolling to.
Yeah, there's like a little like dip in the hill where you start to go down a little bit more. If you're holding toward the wall while you're dipping down like that, you still build speed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that looked okay, but you just had to bounce back quicker and at the right time.
Yeah, and that time I was too far left. Yeah.
All good. Takes time.
Yeah.
If we spend 2 hours on this, doesn't even matter because I think it's a really good resource for people to be able to watch how this trick is learned. Because it's extremely intimidating to a lot of people.
Yeah, and like when I was practicing it, because I've done 2 runs so far with the intermediate route, and the first time I did this trick, it took me like a half hour. The second time I got it in like 5 tries, and then that was like 4 days ago, and I haven't played since then, so I haven't gotten it since.
Word.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like watch what you're doing to see if you're doing anything differently that I can comment on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like out of all of them in the intermediate tutorial, this is the one that is hardest, for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. This is the one that I threw in there because like
Whoa.
I figured people are already like pretty deep into the game at that point, so they're willing to learn the hard stuff.
Yeah.
So this is like the one more difficult strat that I included because it's really useful for the route, but it's also just good to know it. Yeah, it seems like you might be holding forward a little bit too late when you're you want to start holding forward as soon as you dip down. Like pay attention if you watch my stream.
Yep.
You'll see there's a little bit of a dip. You'll notice like kind of as I fall down, there's a little tiny dip. You want to start holding forward as you dip down into that area. Like you'll noticeably like fall pretty low. But if you push up too late, you'll just fall off. There's a little.
That's what's been happening a lot.
Yeah, there's a window where you fall off the ledge, and there's a window where you go into the dip, and before you fall off the ledge, you want to start holding forward for. But you more or less want to anticipate it. You want to anticipate hitting it, kind of like you do for the. You know how to do the dream skip, right? Where, super bounce skip.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's like that where you have to anticipate yourself getting it. You know it's gonna happen, so you just anticipate your input and you don't react to it. Because if you're doing this, trying to react to it, you're not gonna be able to react in time. So you just have to know where the dip is and start pushing forward when you go over the dip.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a fine line between anticipating it and then pulling too early.
Yeah, that was what I just saw there was way too early.
Yeah.
Because of the stream delay, do one attempt and then wait for me to watch it.
Okay.
Alright, so the problem with that you didn't really draw a straight line to the cliff. You got to really make sure the line is like perfectly straight. So like really focus in on like your left and right analog stick movements. So let yourself, because the game's doing the work for you. The game's going to push you down the hill for you. You just want to focus on moving left and right.
Okay, so we're set up.
And just really focus on which way he's moving. Maybe look at his like his feet or his legs to.
Oh boy, don't fall.
All right, so that looked like there was some potential there.
Yeah, I think I was coming at the wall at the wrong angle.
Yeah, you want to strike at a different angle for sure. I turned the camera a little bit more, by the way. Do you see how I have my camera right now?
Oh yeah. Let's see. You know, like that. Yeah, that's a change.
Yeah, I mean, like it's the camera angle is not really that important. Like I usually do it kind of like this angle, I think. I don't really think too much about it, so it's weird to verbalize it and, you know, talk about it, but I usually do it from like this angle, I guess. Ultimately,
Yeah.
like you really don't want to fuck with the camera after you start doing the trick though. But the key is really just like holding toward the wall.
Okay. All right, so let's see. No. It's a finicky ledge. Like, but once you know it, it'll be fine.
Yep. Yeah, there's a little part that sends you off the wall, and there's a little part on the hill that pushes you back. Those are pretty much the two geometric aspects of this trick that you really have to know. Yeah, it seems like you're just not getting enough speed. Because remember, like you're still building speed when you're on that ledge. Watch how I wait on the ledge. Like how I don't wait on the ledge. My inputs are just straight. Like I pull back, I pull forward like immediately. But it looks like I'm waiting when I'm actually not. Just watch how I do this.
Yep.
See how it looks like I'm waiting on the ledge?
You're just pulling back immediately.
I'm pushing forward the entire time when I'm on this this part down here. So when I go past the ledge, I'm pushing forward after I go through the dip. Even if it looks like you're just kind of like sitting there, I'm still giving analog input there.
Okay. Yeah, let's.
Dude, my control stick is so fucked. Oh man, I shouldn't have done the crack.
Yeah,
Yeah, the problem
I
is
see what
that-
you're saying.
Yeah, because the reason why you're getting sent off to the left like that is because you're not pushing forward the right way. You have to really cancel that vector that you're going back with. You have to really just perfectly cancel it by going straight forward again. And if you don't
Okay.
go straight forward, you're just going to go around it. You're also falling off the cliff like too far to the right too.
Okay. Yeah,
Watch how I do it again.
Yeah, let me see your spacing, because now that I'm using a different camera angle, the visual cue might be different.
All right, you watching?
Yep.
All right, see, I'm gonna bail on that one because it rolled off. You want to see it again?
Yes.
All right. I'll just do it a bunch of times. Just tell me when to stop. I'll just keep doing it so you can keep watching.
Okay.
See, that time I was too far to the left, so while I did get the bounce off, I also did not like have the right setup to get up the actual wall. see how when I go onto the wall, I'm also kind of aiming more for the like way left because
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like this part of the wall right here is just kind of trash where you just can't really ride up it. So if you skip that part and ride up the left side, you can bounce over to it and just ride up that. You either have to go over it or just go to the left of it.
Yeah, it's that first bounce that's just like really important. Because you're getting over whatever kind of crap geometry is like
Yeah, you
too
have to,
low and it'll send you. Flying.
how are you snapping your control stick back? Because you got to make sure that you're not like doing a circle around. You need to make sure that you're like literally going up down up down. You should hear a snap in your control stick because you're going like immediately going from completely up to completely down. You can't do a circle around or it's not going to work.
Yeah, I haven't been.
All right. Just making sure, because
Yeah.
I know you didn't learn tower climb, but tower climb is kind of the same way, where you have to snap the control stick back to make it work. Yeah, but if you're rolling around like that, you just didn't draw the right line. It doesn't have to be. I think that you might be focusing too much on trying to push toward the wall, that you're not really paying attention to your actual vector. You have to really pay attention to. Like if you roll off to the left, just the next time that you try it, hold more to the right, and you know whatever it takes to get yourself to come to that full stop, and not roll around, because it might not be pulling directly toward the wall. It really depends on where you fall off, and it depends on like which way you're facing. So you know, I'm just trying to demonstrate the stop at the moment. You really just have to focus on canceling your momentum first, going down. By canceling your momentum by pushing forward. Don't worry about hitting the wall for now. Just focus on canceling your momentum like this. Just practice going like back and forth like this without without going around in a circle. So just doing this over and over again.
Yeah. All right. Yeah,
Try
I'll do that.
Let me get back up there and then I'll start watching again.
Yeah, I'm doing the just momentum stuff currently. Yeah, I think this is actually a good way to practice. Not even just going for the full trick, just going for.
Yep, exactly. You got to break it down to its basic components. Just do that for a few minutes and I'll see how you look. See, what you're doing right now, you're not getting enough of a stop. You really want to like feel like the ball is resisting you when you pull back up. Because what you're doing right now.
That one was good.
Yeah, you got to just build up that resistance. So just keep going for that and see how much resistance you can get without falling off. If you get no resistance, you're not going to get enough speed. That one looked okay. Yeah, the more resistance you get, the more speed you get. Yeah, I'm sure you know, but like these, the past couple you did were like, you know, you kind of just like turned around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had that feeling, right? You got the feeling of like that resistance.
Yeah, it's more like doing one initial kind of input and then, like you said, letting SpongeBob fall and
I
then
think you
like,
have to be
and then like catching him.
I think you have to be less afraid of falling.
Yeah.
You're not going far enough to the ledge. Like, the worst thing that happens if you fall is you just go get the sponge ball and you go back up and climb. You just climb up and do it again. Like, there are no consequences for falling. So just don't be afraid to fall.
Yeah, these are good now. I think. They
You're
feel
ma-
better.
You're kind of like rolling around too far to the right.
Yeah, I'm not
that
like
one was
I'm
a
not,
little bit better, but it was too far to the right though. You got to not only worry about getting that resistance, but getting the resistance at the right spot. Because if you get resistance on the right side and you can't make it to the wall, right, you're not going to be able to bounce up it. So
right.
focus on getting resistance that's more to the left, so you can actually use it to bounce off the wall. You want to watch me do it for a little bit?
Yes.
A little bit. All right.
All right, I'll pause. Okay, you're going like a little bit to the left of that little point there.
Yeah, I guess the point's a good way of looking at it. You see how all these are like kind of, falling off the ledge, like just barely. You got to start pushing up as you start to dip down, but it really takes a lot of feel to get it though, because if you're thinking too much about it, it's kind of hard to not like roll around. But these are the past couple that I did were just like too early, but now like these should be, as you can see. That one rolled too far to the left. This one also kind of rolled too far to the left. This one also rolled. All right, let me get back to where I was. Hold on. Kind of rushing it. That one was good. See, the better you get at bouncing off the wall too, you can recover a lot of really shitty angles that you get. Doesn't really matter like that much how you fall, as long as you go back up the right way, and you can knock back on the control stick in the right way, get the right bounce. But focus on getting that resistance for sure. Is any of this helpful, or do you want to see?
To me,
like,
yeah. No, this is super helpful. That controller click though, that's for you bouncing off of the wall, right, to get that height.
yes.
That I hear. Okay, just because
But
of the stream delay, it sounds
it's actually
like...
both. It's the controller click is one, the way I go back up the cliff, and two, the way I bounce off of it.
Okay.
It's both, yeah. Yeah, this will be on YouTube, yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna let's try it. Just gotta commit and not roll around.
I've been playing this game for 3.5 years, almost 4. To answer the question in chat. Alright, I'm gonna look away for like a little bit. Just
Okay.
to see if you just like get a fresh look at what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh, that was it. I could have went for it.
That's so whack.
What? I didn't see.
If you roll into this fountain, like at the right speed, you can you get taken out of the sponge ball because it detects damage.
Huh.
I just got it a bunch of times. I'm not getting it now, but yeah.
Interesting. Whose game audio do you have running through the stream? Is it yours or mine?
Yours.
Okay, because my like my wand sound and like jumping sounds are gone, and I don't know why.
Huh. Go to your audio settings.
See how there's no sound when I pause?
Yeah, just go to your audio settings, options. Pause the game, press X. Adjust settings. That's weird. It's strange. Was it like that before?
No, it's never done that before.
Weird. Might be some like weird ass like memory leaking thing. Who knows?
Yeah. The trick to the debug menu. Oh boy.
How you doing? You noticing any improvement?
Yeah, I just got a really good like momentum.
Right, keep going. I'll look at it in a second.
Oh wait, we got the trick. Let's go. Oh, just kidding. We got up on the wall.
Trying to find a strat right now.
Yeah, Curtis, so now it's just a matter of like not spaghettiing when we get up on the wall.
Come on. I'm gonna take a look at this.
Okay.
It's looking better. I think you're just not pushing far enough. Like, you're not. The snapback. When you hit the wall, it should sound like this.
Okay.
You know, you should be
Like a very hard snapback.
instantly pushing back as soon as you go back one time. It's like very hard, yeah. I'll like put my controller by my microphone for a little bit so you can hear it. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, the reason why you had the weird like sounds not playing is because you went to the fountain too many times, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the fountain doesn't have like the more times you go to it, it just stacks the noise. Alright, you're getting a bounce, but you gotta get it in the right spot now.
Yeah.
What's up, Josh? Seems like you're kind of rushing a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, just be a little bit more patient, that's all. Seems like your control is a little bit better though.
Yeah, I just gotta let myself fall a little bit more.
Yeah,
and
that
then
one.
snap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll give it a try, dude. Yeah, that's the thing is you're not pushing. You're waiting too long to start pushing back to the wall after you bounce off of it.
Are you letting it? So you're letting it snap, and then you're going directly back to
Yeah.
the direction that you would
have
hold
to
to go up the wall.
You have to force a bounce off with snapping back, and then immediately, like literally immediately, snap back forward, so you
Okay.
so you can control the bounce and put the bounce closer to the wall. I think that looked okay. You just want to try to like after you bounce off, try to re-guide yourself to go more to the left, so you get over the hump.
Okay. Let's see.
You really want to aim for the left side of the wall because once you get on that part, it's pretty easy to get up from there. Oh, look at that. You got over.
Yeah.
That was kind of
Yeah.
like, that's not really what you're going for, because there is a way you can roll straight up like that. But it's not the method that I'm teaching you. You kind of just got that by chance, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have gotten that method a few times before, like before we started today.
Yeah,
But,
but it's just not the way you do it, yeah.
Yeah.
The bouncing method is the most consistent. Yeah, just kind of rolling around a little bit.
Oh no. Almost.
Well, you're going deeper though. That's better because you're not as afraid to fall.
Yeah.
You're getting more comfortable with it. Try when you go back up the hill, try pulling more right to cancel your vector more. It seems like you're focusing too much on pushing toward the wall. Don't focus as much on pushing toward the wall with your analog stick, but try to push the analog stick in the correct direction that's going to cancel your vector. Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah, let's see. Yeah, that already felt better.
Yeah, think of it as an input. Don't think of it as like, I'm pushing the control stick in this direction, so I'm going to go there. Like, for all it matters, walking forward could send your character the other way. Doesn't even matter. An input's an input, so you have to give the input that gives you the right outcome. So whatever input it takes to make SpongeBob go in that direction, even if it's not intuitively facing. That's why I said the trick's not intuitive, because you do this movement that doesn't feel like it should go in that direction, but it does. Yeah. Seems like you're not. Maybe you're pulling back too early when you put. I think that when you touch the wall, you're not waiting long enough to pull back. Try changing your timing for your pullback when you hit the wall.
Okay, but do you think that one before had enough speed?
I can't tell because you pulled back too early.
Okay.
Okay, that was a little bit better. But the reason why you didn't get that is because do you know why you didn't get that?
I felt like maybe I hit the wrong. Yeah, I either didn't get enough speed or I hit the wrong part of the wall.
It was because you rolled off the cliff. Like you rolled around to the left instead of going straight back up in a straight line.
What spot am I looking for to hit on the cliff?
Do you want to watch it?
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna start quizzing you just so I can like try to judge where like your knowledge is at the moment.
Okay.
Make sure we're on the same page, by the way. Like everybody has their own visual cues. Nobody learns the same way. So whatever you get as a visual cue for this is like, I'm not going to tell you what to look for because like whatever stands out to you is what you're going to have to like, I guess, you know, if you can't think of anything, I can try to help guide you, but you're probably going to see something that you realize like, oh, okay, I can look for this, you know?
Right.
So let me know when you see that thing and we can keep going.
Okay, I think I see it. Possibly. Yeah, so...
Just see if it keeps recurring over and over again.
Yeah. When you're pulling back when you hit the wall, you're not pulling directly back, right? You're pulling like straight back in relation to SpongeBob? Like the angle that he's facing?
In relation to where my input was. It's all input based. Like, honestly, a lot of it is feel based. But you gotta really start thinking of it as in a way as like, this input puts me here. This input puts me there. Trying to think of how else I can word this. just try different angles with the control
Okay.
stick when you bounce back.
Yeah.
As long as you know what it looks like. I think also, like, are you watching yourself on the stream too, like in playback?
Yeah, it's a few seconds behind, so every time I like,
I keep getting stick
know.
drift.
every time I mess up, I can like quickly look over and see the last attempt that I did.
Right. But you see, like, I'm not even getting a lot of height, really.
Yeah, but you're still getting it because you're going like around that
Yeah,
wall.
watch. Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
And when you're running up the wall, by the way, if you get to that point,
Yep.
as you start riding up, you're not holding the control stick up the wall. You're kind of holding it to the right. Like hold out like you know what? I'll just like pull up This is actually a good use of the screen that we have down here. All right. All right, so this is this is your wall, right? This is your wall.
Okay.
This is the sandy part that's like leading up to the wall. Now you have two things that you want to focus on. This area here and this area like right here. So this part of the wall is the part, I guess we can just call that like the bad hump where you don't want to land on it, otherwise it pushes you off. And this is the speed building hump. So your path should kind of look like this. I guess like this is like the corner right here or some shit. Like this is the corner where you start building your speed. So you go down here, you cross past this red line, right? Now,
Yep.
when you go back up, you have to give an input that sends you back up this way. But it doesn't necessarily mean you're pushing toward this hump. It just means that the input puts you there. Now, when you hit the wall, you pull the control stick completely back, so you go back this way, right? But if you don't push back far enough, what you'll get is you'll get like this, which is like you're not, because you only have a limited amount of airtime when you bounce. Like you're spending most of your airtime getting knocked around in the back, right?
Right.
So you want to immediately pull forward so it looks more like this. Does that make sense? So what you're doing is like this because you're not pushing forward early enough.
I see.
But alternatively, what you're also doing right now is you're starting to pull back right here. You see this? You're starting to pull back like here. So you're lowering your max speed by the time you touch the wall, so you're only getting like this. If you have to start pulling back after you hit the wall. So pay more attention to like when you collide with the wall, so you get a bigger boost, and then you have to utilize the boost. You can't just if if you don't utilize the boost, if you don't actually push back to the wall, you'll get a big bounce, but you'll get sent way back.
Right.
You won't be able to. Yeah. But if you don't pull back, if you pull back too early, then you'll lose your speed that you collide with the wall, and you won't get as big of a bounce. So you get a little tiny chode bounce like that. So you want to pull back like right here, and then push forward again immediately after you bounce off, because the game already is sending you flying. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to be able to react to it. You just have to know that it happens. And then you push forward, and then you start riding up the wall. Now, as you're riding up the wall, the inputs kind of look like this. You're not like perpendicular to the wall, but you're also not just like straight going up like this. You're not like literally pushing up the wall.
Right.
Because if you do that, then you'll just end up going like that, which you've probably had happen before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your inputs are going up this way, like in this direction. You kind of like fight. It almost feels like you're fighting the momentum of the wall. You're kind of like fighting your movement. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so give it a try now.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, this is what I meant by it's counterintuitive. Because
that's like the one thing that I was able to get from those couple of videos is that once you get up the hill, you hold like those directions. And then it just kind of throws you.
Grand finals in 40 minutes. You remember the diagram?
Yeah.
Let me just zoom in on it. This is actually good.
Nope. Not there. Almost.
Yeah. See, the reason why that was kind of doomed is because you did the rolling up thing again. So it doesn't really, you're not really bouncing onto the right side of the wall. You're just rolling up the left side. So it looks like you're rolling up the wall, but you're actually just going to fall off the left side. So he's getting the sponge ball like that with a trick called sponge ball storage, where if you land on the ground with only double jump crouch animations, you can store the animation and release it wherever you want. So you see how he double jumps over it and lands? The ball can't come out because he's double jumping and landing. So it's conflicting with that animation. It's waiting for the animation to end, but he jumps to cancel the animation that's holding in the sponge ball. So you can just release it where he wants to. Okay, that looked really good. You should watch that back.
Yeah, that one felt good.
Yeah, watch that back again. Honestly, that one had a lot of potential, but you just have to be more aggressive when you hit the wall and more aggressive when you pull back to it.
Okay, so
and make sure that you're pulling to the left too. Like, not just pushing to the wall, but also pulling to the left. Because sometimes you can get like garbage height and still land on the left side of the wall. You see my diagram where it says bad hump? Like, as long as you bounce around that hump, you can still ride up the wall.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Not that one.
That one happens to me sometimes. I wouldn't take that one too much to heart. What just happened there?
Yeah, there's a lot more that I'm thinking about now than before.
Yeah, there
Today,
are much
because-
more moving parts, yeah.
Yeah. Because I was never pulling back before, or like really paying attention to. I was more so paying attention to where exactly I was hitting the wall.
Okay, that looked like you had the right idea, but you pulled back when you hit the wall too late.
Yeah.
We need to make up terms for this shit so we know what we're talking about more easily. Alright, I'm gonna label stuff. If you look at the stream. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get up there first and then pause. Oh, maybe not. We'll pause now.
Alright, so this part need more colors. This arrow here, this vector, like back up. This is gonna be vector A. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
This vector where you touch the wall and pull back. This is going to be vector B. And the vector where you push yourself back up the wall after you bounce back, this one is going to be vector C. Just so we don't have to like confuse ourselves with like, yo, you pulled back, push back, blah blah blah. Like,
right.
fix this vector. All right, so these are the different. I mean, like, I guess like. I think that you had the first one down where you fall off the cliff. Maybe we should just yeah, hold on. Let's actually let's add one more.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I still messed that up a bunch, but I definitely have a better feel for it now than I did before.
Alright, so let's just do this again. This first one where you fall off the cliff is going to be... This is A. This is B. C. Shit. C. D. Alright, so I'll just leave this up so you can see this. Alright.
Okay, yeah, that makes... Yeah.
Great Barrier Reef!
Hey Moncaf, thank you for the 16 months. Hope you guys are enjoying the tutorial. Yeah, just wait for me to analyze before you go again.
Okay.
That was perfect except D was off. Literally perfect except D was off.
And is that one just a matter of like reaction to?
You're not reacting.
Not reaction.
D isn't reaction. D is muscle memory.
Okay.
D is immediately after C. Like as soon as you do C, D is literally immediate with no reaction time. Think of it like super bounce skip.
All right, so we're gonna go again.
The only reactionary parts of this are A and B. C and D are muscle memory. Alright, that time B was not strong enough. That time the problem was D. See,
Okay.
A was like kind of sketchy, but it still worked.
Yeah.
You'll get that a lot. That time, A was flawless, but B you didn't you didn't push far enough forward, I think. B needs to be stronger.
Okay.
You need to hit the wall with more force. It's probably a little bit of B and C actually. It's a little bit of both.
Nope, not gonna take that one.
Good call. I see that you're trying to get more force, and I think that's good. Don't feel bad about that one. That was necessary experiment. Yeah, grand finals in 30 minutes. That time C was, I think that the inputs for C was fine, but B, you didn't hit the wall at the right spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like I didn't like snap back and then forward quick enough.
No, you just didn't hit the wall at the right spot.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we have, I like that we're actually communicating better now that we have these labels and stuff.
That was the wrong spot for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, see, like what you interpret from a mistake is going to be a lot different than what I interpret. So it's good that we have these labels to, you know, like be more specific about what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you needed more force on B.
Yeah.
I'm going to start asking you what you think you did wrong now.
Yeah, I feel like I have a general feel as to how I'm messing this stuff up now. Before
As
it was
long as
always
you-
just like,
as long
oh,
as you're
yeah.
realizing it, it's going to get
Yeah.
corrected. All right, what went wrong there?
I went too far to the right with like with A, and
I'm gonna say
then-
that A was actually fine.
Oh,
But
really?
you didn't start holding up you didn't start holding up soon enough with B.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can we save
that
it?
was really close.
We saved it.
Do that again.
Okay.
Actually, do you know what you did wrong there?
I'm gonna say I probably didn't start holding D fast enough, so I went too far to the left.
It's a trick question. There's a third part. Look,
Oh boy.
does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely that. I let myself kind of cross over that like threshold. Oh no. Nope.
By the way, when you went up to that the gate and they gave you the text box for the 40 spatulas, that was really good composure to not panic when that thing came up.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
I take it that's probably happened to you before.
Yeah, a bunch. It was happening a bunch during this tutorial as well. But yeah, it used to like startle me, but now I feel like I kind of know
Yeah.
when it's going to activate. When I'm like too
Look
far.
at, do you see the grass
into its
patch that
area.
you just went by?
Yeah.
The grass patch is a good way of telling how far left you should be to not get the text box. You could have made that. Again, that was partially hitting the wall at the right spot, but it was mostly E. You could have salvaged that with E.
Okay.
You have to really, really push into that wall to make sure you stay on it. You should be thinking more about staying on the wall than riding up the wall. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you'll naturally ride up the wall. It's honestly pretty hard not to. It just kind of happens because of the way the wall is and the way your momentum is pushing up the wall.
Yeah, respect the roll buck. Okay, I feel like I maybe could have went with that last.
Yeah, you could have definitely gotten that.
That one, not so much.
That was C.
It felt similar, but...
That was a little tiny bit of B, but it was mostly C. Yeah, it really is scary because they're automating that shit. It might be based on your analytics, like who's watching, not necessarily the content. That was a little bit of B and C again.
Well, it's nice that we're getting A down pretty consistently. That's progress.
It could also be a tiny bit of A. Tiny bit. Maybe A's a little bit too far to the right. They're all interconnected, so it's, you know. That was for sure B. You went too far to the right with B. That was also B, but you were a little bit too far to the left. That looked like a little bit of like the force that you gave on B.
Yeah.
And the way that you pull back with C.
I just honestly can't wait until we're like past this, because I feel like after this, the rest or like most of like what's next is just so significantly easier.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I come back down from this and not fall?
Yeah, if you push toward the wall.
Yes.
Yeah. The key to navigating this hill is pushing toward the wall. Yeah, dude, Smeggy Dipe is for kids, yes.
Please make it back. No.
That was sarcasm. to all the YouTube bots that are watching this right now, that was sarcasm.
Oh no.
I might just start restricting all my videos so people under the age of 13 can't watch them. Yeah, it's like B and C and D are like kind of hard to get down. You have to really, the vector matters a lot, and the force and like how quickly you go between one and the other is super important. When C starts is really important too. What are you looking at? Like, what part of the screen are you looking at when you go for C?
Let's see. Whoa.
If you're just kind of like
Alright,
doing it
let me
based
just
off of
get up
muscle
there.
memory, I would try looking at the intersection between the ground and the wall if you're when you're doing C. It's like baseball, where like you got to be looking at where you're throwing the ball, you know, to actually
Yeah.
get it. Yeah, it's easy not to. Like that's where your eyes should be when you're doing that part, just so you can see, like you can adjust when you pull back relative to when you hit the wall.
Yeah, I'm more or less looking like right at this. I don't know if you can see it on the stream, like this blue kind of oval hump thing that's getting cut in half by the ground.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I look at as well. That's actually where you want to hit, more or less. You want to try to hit the wall there. Are you having control issues, like trying to do what you want, or?
Yeah, it's just getting SpongeBob to kind of go in that line. After you like.
You got to
get
give
your
yourself.
speed
If you
from
give
the
yourself a
ledge.
better A, you can get the line more easily.
Yeah.
But the farther left you go with A, the better force you have to have with B to get enough speed. As long as you're going over that little corner, you're probably fine though.
Yeah, it's a matter of force.
Do you want to watch me do it a few times again?
Yeah, I'll get back up there. I'll get into like the corner, and then just so I can go right from watching. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, we're up there.
Just a reminder, also, like, this is a very reactive thing, too. Your angle for C is going to be different depending on how you strike the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Curtis, I've run through everything in like the intermediate any percent, and this is by far the hardest thing in the run. Everything else was like doable, even rooftops.
Do you see how, like, how low I am to the wall when I'm riding up it, though? Like, you can really, like, not get that much height as long as you're just going on that side of the wall. That's why I have the bad hump labeled. Because you don't have to get that high, you just have to go really far to the left. Like, that wasn't even that good, really. That was all on, like, the D there. That was all C and D.
So you're pulling like we said back relative to the angle that you hit the wall, and then you're pulling like left-ish, like into.
I'm going to put on a controller cam.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is just like, this is going to be helpful. Alright, this might be, Can you rotate this shit?
Yeah, if you go to like
Great
transform,
Barrier
I
Reef!
think there's an option for like rotate 180 vertical or horizontal, or however you want to do it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna try as hard as I can to keep this in frame. Alright. I might have more difficulty doing it because I'm trying to keep my hands here, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's yeah. Okay, let me get used to the way I'm sitting.
But it's that quick of a snap. That's a lot quicker than how I've been doing it.
Yeah, that's what I thought, so that's why I wanted to show you the cam. I want to see how far I can get just explaining it, but sometimes showing just helps a lot too. You'd still probably get this actually.
Wow, that wall extends for a very long time.
Yeah, it does. PP cam. That would have made it. Because you float really far. Like, it's a really, really floaty trick. Are you kind of seeing, like, what you might be doing wrong by watching this?
Yeah, for sure. I was like,
That was bad.
I wasn't flicking the control stick back when I hit the wall. I was more or less just like putting it there and then going up to like
That's what I thought you were doing, yeah.
to D. But it's like the only way that I know how to explain that is like a perfect pivot in Smash 4, except in that direction and not perfectly left and right. But
Yeah,
you don't know.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I
No, I
I've
know.
heard the term, but yeah. Yeah, it's like dash back in Melee maybe. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
familiar with Yeah, these are all like the ones that you watched are all decent.
Yeah, so I think it's a matter of like recognition that B is good and then committing to C and D like immediately.
Yep. And C and D are like C is a little bit reactive and mostly muscle memory, and D is just like, okay, you bounced off the wall, like just hold to it. So like even that was like I kind of rolled around. The better you get at it, the more you'll be able to salvage bad Bs. Like I kind of rolled around there. I'll try to get that again. See how I roll around here and maybe I can like possibly, nah. There are some that just aren't salvageable, but yeah. Sometimes if you go too far to the right like that, you just bounce straight off. You don't go in the right spot.
Yeah, I was doing that a few times.
Oh my god, that was fucking insane stick drift. Yeah, these thumb pads I use, I have like really fucking bad thumbs. Like really bad calluses and like fucking joint issues with my thumbs, so I use these rubber pads so I can play. And they're so fucking bad. They're so bad. Because they give you like stick drift and they just like the fucking dust gets stuck inside the controller and it's fucking dumb. Yeah. But it's also that this controller is also dead from cheap percent, so yeah, I can just like bail on that one. I know Zim's working on some like aluminum stick mods. I think some people might like those. I might try them, but they'll probably just hurt my thumbs too much to use. See that? See what I did there? That's what you get a lot, where like you kind of pull away too early. On like when you strike, you pull back before you strike the wall. That's a problem. Where see how I waited longer to pull back that time and I got it.
Yeah.
A lot of times you're just
Okay.
pulling back too early. Got it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm ready to give this another try.
Yeah, so you gotta just like buy spare parts and just like open it and switch them. All the time I fucking do that. All the time.
It's even quicker than that.
Yeah. You want to see my collection of fucked up controller shit? I have a lot of pads like this where from doing 1 frames, the thing just this is mirrored. Yeah. See that? It's so weird, like it's inverted. Like you see that? This is just from doing 1 frames. Yeah, the classic pad rip. And you have like this shit where it's just eaten off. Where is it? It's literally fucking eaten off. Oh, this one's really bad. This one's like atrocious. Yeah. This is one where even like, so like this one actually has the plastic part under it. But this one is like, the plastic is like also, like the rubber and the plastic are both eaten off. It's literally just like fucking, it's like someone took a bite out of it almost. It's bad.
We got it!
Oh shit. I feel bad because I was showing
It's
Robert
fine.
my
It's
controller.
fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Get it again. I was showing Robert my fucking controller graveyard.
That took an hour and 45 minutes. That everything's fine.
Which is fucking amazing, by the way. You know how long it takes most people to get that trick? That's like record time, honestly.
I mean, that's not my first time getting it. It's just my first time getting it on stream. I think I might have been
It's your first
doing
time getting it the right way.
right. I definitely got it with some other kind of jank, like do-it-yourself method.
Yeah.
I also didn't like carry a lot of momentum towards like the corner where you like bounce off of it. I actually don't think I should have been able to make that jump, but we did it anyway.
Yeah, I want to see you get it again. Good time.
You want to see me get rollbuck? You want to see me do it again?
Yeah, I'm watching now. You have my full attention.
Oh boy, the pressure's on. Impossible trick.
Yeah, I can't wait for Zim to finish up those aluminum stick mods. It's gonna help so many people.
Will those be only compatible with like the Xbox controller that you're using?
He's gonna have to like modify them, I think. Yeah. Wait, you have the S controller, right?
I'm using a 360 controller.
Oh, I forgot you're on 360.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be on OG eventually, so. I think 360 sticks are fine. They still hurt my hands, but yeah. I'm not looking at the sky. I've learned to tone shit out. Like, when I play this game, I look at like 3 things per level when I play it. Everything else is just white noise. That's where tunnel vision comes in, where like people who are actually looking for strats and removing themselves from runs are finding shit, but the people who are constantly grinding runs are just fucking like when you're focused on runs, you're not finding anything. But as soon as you sit down and you start like actually looking at the game differently, that's when you start finding stuff. Like, I was so focused on getting a 119 that I missed like a 10-second reroute right in front of my face. As soon as I got a 119, I fucking just found it instantly. You don't realize how valuable it is to have people who just have eyes on the game, who aren't even, like, maybe they're not even runners, who knows. Alright. You got it once, but do you know why you got it, or did it feel like...
I feel like I know why. Like, everything just kind of came together. And then when I got on top of the rocks, I was like, oh god, I'm on top of the rocks. What do I do? And then
you just kept
that's why I
holding
lost
into
some
it.
speed.
You just kept holding into it, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna lose speed there sometimes. It feels weird, but it just works. So I think you did it the right way. It is... I'm trying to think. You feel like you got everything, like the 5 point A, B, C, and D. Like, it felt like you got what you were going for there. Like you were. It's just been hard to actually get the execution you've been trying to get this whole time.
Yeah, for sure. Because the attempt that I did before that, I thought to myself, okay, yeah, I pulled back too early, so I didn't get like enough air. Like, so I said, okay, this time we're gonna wait until I actually hit the rock and then pull back and then like do D, and then it worked. So like, I recognized what needed to be fixed and then implemented it correctly.
Yeah, and from there it's just practice, repetition, muscle memory, and so forth.
Right.
So I think you understand how to do the trick now. You know, I think that you, like, these attempts look like do you know what you did wrong there?
I feel like everything was just a little bit off there. I wasn't really giving it my full attention.
Yeah, it just felt like you were rushing. That's what I felt, honestly. You just gotta just remember to be patient. Remember that even if you're just like kind of like half-assing something, you're still practicing doing it that way.
Right.
So I would say, like, never practice a trick just like half paying attention to it. Always make sure you're giving it your full attention, so you don't build bad muscle memory. Because you might not realize it, like, you cognitively know that it's wrong, but your muscles might not know that. And that stuff just kind of comes out in your gameplay under pressure and so forth. Yeah, that time you're striking way too far to the right. I want to see you at least make it onto the wall again.
Yeah, we'll do it. Not with that try though.
Yeah, A was bad there. Make sure you're guiding yourself more to the left. Yeah, you're not giving enough force on B, and you're also pulling back too early on C. If you see him loop around like that, never go for it. At least for now. Like, as you get better at it, once you start getting it consistently, you'll notice a little bit of leeway in some spots. But for now, just make sure that you're doing it exactly the way, is taught. Also, Golden, thank you for the 19 months. Sorry I missed that one a while back.
Almost.
Yeah, I think that you're also seeing that like there's more than just one way of getting up onto that wall too. Because that one was way different than the ones you've gotten before, but
Yeah.
it still almost worked.
So with
That was
one
really good. The only
yeah,
thing
so I was gonna
is-
say the one that I just did, could I have like maybe curled around a little bit, or was that more of like
you probably could have done like a couple of things there. You could have given more force and changed your timing on C, but you also could have pulled more to the left on D.
Okay.
You saw some of the ones that I was getting were like really
Yeah.
low to the wall. Yeah, if you land on the left side of the wall, you can salvage that as long as you're pushing far enough into the wall on the way up on E. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this in more than one session, obviously, because grand finals. We're already running a little bit late, but that's okay. I think this is a really good resource that we're building right here. A lot of people are gonna get into this game because this resource exists.
Nope, not taking that one. Is the plan to like cut this into a YouTube video?
Yeah. What
Yeah,
I'm probably
that's a
gonna do is
great
just
idea.
upload it as a rollback tutorial. I don't know. We'll see. I might have like 2 separate videos. I just feel bad that like it'd essentially just be a re-upload. I might just have
Yeah.
a separate robot tutorial that is just like unlisted or something.
All right, now I'm like clenching when I get to the wall.
Yeah, you're still bouncing too far to the right. Like you're aiming too far right for the wall. I'm gonna coordinate the racers while you work on this.
Yeah, sure thing.
It shines.
Try when you go from A to B, try to go more left. You're too far to the right on the cliff.
Okay. Come on, find the corner.
You could have salvaged that if you reacted faster with D. Are you trying to snap back harder from C to D now?
Yeah, I'm making a conscious effort to try and do that.
Yeah, you gotta be really aggressive with it.
Nope, not that one. Yeah, for my general camera angle now has been to like take the rightmost post and kind of align it with the like this part of like the 2 screws on the chum bucket sign on like the blinking neon light. Just kind of like put it like that, like cover it. I feel like that's been more helpful for me getting the angle, getting like getting a good like B angle.
Don't feel rushed, by the way, because I'm trying to get a hold of Chris right now because he's not
Yeah, you're
responding.
good. I actually really want to go back into my route PB that I got a few days ago and see just exactly how I did this. Like, how did I make this work?
Yeah, you probably tell like you probably see a lot of things that you weren't doing the right way, but
Well, I
still
got it
can
on like
work.
my third actual try of like when I got the angle right, like of actually slamming into the wall. So I don't know how I got it so fast. Nope. The chunky rock.
Hey, can somebody in chat try to get a hold of Chris? He's not responding. I don't know if anybody would know how to get a hold of him. That was looking pretty good. I think you just didn't commit hard enough by holding forward into the, like, what do you do for D? Like, once you push into the wall for D, you need to keep pushing up in that direction.
Okay, yeah, I think I might have been like doing little micro adjustments because the angle didn't feel right.
Yeah, you need
But-
to like, when going from C to D, the angle you do for D, just try to hold it and like maybe adjust it a little bit so you're just stuck to the wall, but you got to really focus on being stuck to the wall because you can build
Okay.
speed running up the wall, but you have to make sure you're stuck to the wall before you can even do that.
Yeah, okay. And perfect.
Yeah.
Great Barrier Reef!
Scripts, thank you for the 6 months. My good sir. Yeah, you really just gotta commit more with D, it seems like. Yeah, let's go, dude. I'm down for another 6.
Rollerific.
I really like the idea with that one. I just think that C and D were a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that was my attempt at trying to like maybe do a different angle for D to try and correct like the bad bounce that I got.
Yeah, for now, just like make sure that you're like if A is good, then go to B. If B is good, then go to C. Like don't try to salvage anything right now. Just focus on getting it the right way. I think you needed more force, more conviction on from going from B to C. You're recognizing a lot of bad ones though, which is really good. That was better, but for E, you really have to push, like going from D to E, you really have to push into that wall. Like really far into that wall. Yeah, we're waiting for Chris to respond at the moment.
So once I make it up on the wall, say my angle is a little bit off, is there any way to like go like recover it a little bit, or is it once you're kind of locked into like this left side, are you kind of just screwed?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I was looking at Discord trying to organize this race. Yeah.
Once if I say like I make it up on this wall and E starts to get a little bit fucky, can I salvage, can I recover that at all? I know like I probably shouldn't, but like
if you're like on the lower you are on the wall, the better chance you had to recover it. Just focus on like, I can make another diagram. Hold on. All right, so say like, can you unpause for a second just so I can see the wall? Yeah. All right. So your path, like, there are certain sections, as we mentioned earlier. This is the section where you bounce off of, that you really don't want to like try to ride up. You're trying to go here, but I'd say like this is the area. This is probably the area where you can correct yourself. So for this, you want to really mostly go perpendicular into the wall. But once you get like up here, there are two paths that you can take. You can either go up this way or down this way. But that's all determined like in this area right here.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the area where you can kind of correct yourself. But there.
How would I go about correcting that?
Just see this red arrow here. Just hold directly into the wall.
Okay.
And try, and then like because there are two like separate paths. You see like this dotted line. There are like two separate paths you can take, but you can adjust them here by holding more into the wall like this.
Okay. Okay, yeah, let's see. that wasn't a hard enough commit.
Yeah. Could have also been like you pulled back too early on C. Good recognizing that wasn't, yeah.
No.
That almost looked good, but you didn't hold far enough into the wall with D. Try holding more to the right with D.
Okay.
Yeah. It feels
Yeah,
weird,
something. Yeah, if it does.
but
Because I feel like it feels like almost when I get that little height, like, oh, it's over. So like just like reset, like bail. But I'll
you-
try
you
holding
can-
more
you can
right.
still recover that, yeah. That time you didn't pull back on C.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there are hundreds of things that can go wrong with this, and that's why it's so hard to learn.
Hmm.
Yeah. I feel like you could have made that work if you pushed forward, like, if you went from C to D faster, you could have made that work, I think. Still not really doing enough of a snap back and forth.
See right there, this is the part where it's like I'm basically
Yeah, 'cause
holding
you're,
like
you're trying to go up to the, you're trying to go up the wall. You're thinking more about that than staying on the wall.
I was basically holding almost directly right.
You're gonna be, this is another part of just like being afraid of, you're holding almost directly right.
Yeah.
Try holding back a little bit,
Okay.
because you may not realize what you might be holding too far forward. Also, you're getting really good at recovering these when you, like, so you don't fall off. So you're getting more attempts in, and that's making you improve faster.
Well, we rolled up the wall.
Yeah, rip.
I think that's how I was doing it before.
Yeah,
Was I was just rolling up the wall.
you really want to avoid that shit.
What's wrong with that? Just out of curiosity.
You have much less control over which side of the wall you land on. If you bounce, you can land on whatever side you want. I know some people do it that way, but like, I think it's inconsistent. You're going too far left with A.
Yeah. And that was too far right.
Tiny bit. Not that far right, It's closer to that than you would think. It's a tiny, tiny bit left of that. Pay attention to the corner of the hill. You want to go just to the left of that. There you go, man. There you fucking
Make it
go.
up!
There
Let's
you
go!
That looked really good. That looked really good.
Yeah, that one felt good, and also, and that one, when I got to E, I was holding basically back right, like a little bit past like 3 o'clock, maybe like 4 or 5.
All right, now do it again.
You said that last time.
Yeah, but now you know how to do it. Well, let's get one more, and then we're gonna go to grand finals. Good job, though, man. I'm just busting
Thank
your
you.
balls.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, you've learned this faster than anybody I've ever seen.
Oh, nice.
This is gonna be a really good.
I was worried that I was taking too long.
Absolutely not. No, this is really good time. In fact, people are gonna watch this and learn faster now because they're watching you do it.
Oh, sick.
Yep. So we're building resources for the rest of the community by you doing this as well. Yeah, there's some tricks in this game that really require like multiple hours of like seeing things go wrong and seeing things go right to learn them.
Yeah.
And this is just like helping people get the experience. People don't realize that watching gives you experience just like playing does, but only if you can comprehend what you're looking at. If you watch the game for 2 years without playing it, you're not going to pick anything up. It still looks cool, but you're not going to pick anything up. You have to actually have the field experience and then watch it to be able to learn from it.
What's next in this route? What were you planning on doing next? Is it Dream? Is it like Dream early?
Yep, I was going to teach you Dream early.
Okay.
We could do that next time.
Yeah.
We could maybe even do one of these all about GSA Legends. I don't know. Don't count on that though.
I won't.
Yeah, Chris is awake. I'll tell him to start streaming. I already told him to, but he might be. But yeah, just tell him to start streaming. I want to see Doyle get this one more time. Yeah. You gotta remember to bail if B looks bad.
Ooh, I'm surprised I was able to save that one.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. Yep, these will all be on YouTube for you to watch.
It's committing. This trick is like it's all conviction and like believing that you're gonna do everything right, and then because then it's like all in one motion.
Exactly. You really
go
have
through
to
like 5 steps, and
you really have to trust that you know what you're doing. Which is why like just getting it off of feel and not streamlining it to different parts is really hard. It's a hard foundation to start from because there's no sense of conviction in what you're doing. You're just hoping you get it.
yeah.
But once you learn to break it down, you have to break it down and then mold it back together. That's pretty much how all these tricks work. But as you get better at it, it's going to start to mold back together into one thing again. And, you know, maybe you mess one thing up, then you realize you messed it up, and you got to break it down again and then build it back together. It's just the non-stop process of that.
I feel like I could have salvaged that one.
Yeah, you need to give more force on C and hold close to the wall on D. I don't think you realize like how low on the wall you can start riding up as long as you just really, really push into the wall with D. You gotta try as hard as you can, like make it like you're like a magnet, like you really want to attract straight to that wall. Because you'll be surprised how many you can get off of that. But yeah, to the racers, get Chris and Roberto in the waiting room for the race server, and I'll be in there once we are done with this. Set up? Okay. For your commentating.
Oh my god.
Do you know if Parrot's around?
I saw him in chat like 2 hours ago. That one wouldn't have counted anyway.
See how it sends you in a way where it always puts you on the left side?
Yeah.
It's kind of...
That one, that time I rolled up it, so...
Chris, wake up on Twitter. Yep, that you slammed too far right into the wall. I think that you're trying to ride up the wall too much. I'm telling you, man, if you just focus on holding yourself on the wall in that one spot when you land, you'll just know what to do after you get there. Like, it'll be intuitive. Trust me. Just really focus on holding yourself in that one spot that you land on for D. And then you realize, like, oh, I can just kind of like roll up now once you stop bouncing.
Yeah.
Double money.
All right, that was really good.
We got
now,
a little
like, see,
momentum.
like you were before you were going too far to the left. Now you're going too far to the right, but now you can calibrate it to get it somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it again. That was the first time you ever did that, where you went over but not onto the bucket. So that just shows that you're gaining that range of motion. Also, Flair, thanks for double the money for 37 months. I feel like you kind of felt that there, didn't you? Like you were kind of
a little bit.
Yeah. Like a little moment where you're just like, oh, okay, I'm on the wall.
Is there a you know how like for I don't even know what the spatula is called. To get to Dilemma and Jellyfish Fields, where you like jump on the hammer guy and bash up to like the box.
Oh, Pat's hammer.
Yeah. You know how there's like a respawn point visualization? Is there like somebody made one? Do you know if there's one for like the collision of this wall?
Like how you bounce off of it?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even look for it. I just kind of do it based on feel. but it's kind of hard to miss it, honestly. I think that one time, the one thing you just did, you know, you might have fallen off there because you were still holding too far to the right when you got up there. When you get up to like the very top of the hill, you want to start pushing more forward.
Yeah, I didn't
forward
do
and
that.
right, yeah. More forward and right. Not totally forward. Yeah, you definitely just didn't hit the wall with enough force on that one.
Yeah, because the rest of that felt like my angle felt good, and like I just need a little bit more.
Yep. I think you're rushing a little bit with that A. You really got to make sure you come to a full stop for A. Yeah. Just make sure that if you don't get the right path down from A to B, just bail.
Okay.
Yep. Just don't. It's like trying to build a table with bad legs. You gotta make sure the legs are stable. That had potential, but it seems like you didn't push forward in time for D. There was too much of a gap between the inputs of C and D.
Yeah, I didn't commit hard enough.
Not even just that, it's just like you gotta push forward sooner. Yeah. That time you just kind of hit the wrong side of the wall. Could also be a symptom coming from A. That time it felt like you just didn't push far enough forward on D, or you didn't push forward soon enough. Yeah, I know Chris is here. We're just waiting for Doyle to get this again. Because each time he gets it, he shows better understanding than the last time. This is going to be a really good resource for people to use to learn the game, so I want to make sure it's good.
Great Barrier Reef!
That had a little bit of potential.
Yeah, I felt it, and then it was gone.
Hey, Zarin, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, man. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, I'm getting that a lot. Where like I just immediately go to this really low left side of the wall.
It
I
seems
think
like
that-
when you're going from the bounce to the wall, you're going a little bit too far to the right, and you're trying to hold yourself on this part of the wall that's like too far to the right. Yeah, the race should be happening soon. I want to see Doyle get up the wall one more time.
Oh no.
Also, one of our commentators is running late as well. He's stuck somewhere, so just gonna see how that's going. Yeah, Zarin, a lot of our content on this channel is this game, like 99% of it. Yeah, it seems like your vector on C needs to be a little bit cleaner, so you're colliding with, like, against the wall, as opposed to, like, kind of running off of it.
Yeah, I agree.
See, you see what the problem is with A, though? A is causing symptoms in B because you're rolling too far to the right and you're kind of drawing a circle.
Yeah.
Great Barrier
So
Reef!
focus on trying not to draw that circle. Also, Weatherman, thank you for the 6 months. We're teaching Doyle how to do rollbuck. And by association, teaching everybody else who's watching. Yeah, it clicks. It's a hard trick. Usually takes 3 times as long to learn this. Doyle's actually making very good time.
Harder with
So
the
you're still
inputs.
kind of drawing that circle. Yep, so you're catching the circle now. Try making your initial input off the wall left.
Okay. Yeah, I've been doing it more like down and then a left input.
Nah, just do left and see how you fall. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. That's looking a lot better actually. Oh
Yeah.
shit, that might have corrected it. That might have been like the. You see, like, it's like a house of cards, right? If something on the bottom is fucked up, the whole thing just falls down. Yeah, man.
I think we found our issue.
Yep. Okay, let's keep going.
I tried to like
But it's crazy how just like this whole complex trick that we've been working on for 2 hours can all fall apart because literally one analog tap input in the beginning of the
Yep.
entire thing. This is why it's so important to break these things down to their the most basic components. Yeah, people need to look at learning tricks more in a way of like, if they can't get it, it's not like I'm incapable of getting it, I can't learn this. There's always one thing that you just might not notice that's going wrong, and you can learn what it is. You can learn what it is. Anybody can learn this trick, literally anybody. You just have to get good at understanding what you're doing wrong, you know, why it's wrong, and how to correct it. And looking for more problems with it, looking for similarities between you and somebody who's experienced, you know, differences, noticing those differences, why they're differences, how to correct them, you know, all that good stuff. You're getting up on the wall a lot more often.
So that was the
Yeah.
whole problem. Because if you okay, so if you for the angle that I'm at, let me get up there. For the angle that I'm at, I let go of the joystick, hold like neutral for like just a second to let them like kind of release from the wall, and then I push like directly left.
Yep.
It sets you up for the perfect angle.
Yep. Yep.
That you don't have to like guess and worry about like going too far to the left or to the right of
Now
like
what
the
you got,
corner
now
of
what
the
you gotta
ledge.
do with B is really commit to one vector so you go straight into the wall. If you turn even the slightest bit, you do lose speed, and yeah, it does matter a lot. You want to have as much speed as possible. The sky is a 360 emulation glitch. But yeah, for those of you who missed that, when you're in the corner and you're falling, give a little tiny tap to the left to guide yourself so you go in that perfect line as you fall. That's what you guys just miss if you're just getting back here. If you noticed something just happened, if you're learning this trick on your own, that was the problem.
Or maybe it's more so like a little bit down left, but it's definitely it's not a tap. It's not a tap directly down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what I was doing before and having
it's all
problems.
input based and none of it's intuitive. You just have to know, like, okay, if I pull in this direction, he goes this way. If I pull in this direction, he goes that way, because the geometry is so fucked that your inputs don't mean what you would think they mean at a first glance. You have to really just experiment and see what inputs you have to do. I'm getting an OG Xbox converter, need an HDMI converter. Any recommendations? What's your budget? And what's your are you component, composite, or S-video? Yeah, if you're curious about what's happening with Grand Finals, we're waiting for one of the commentators, and we're also trying to figure out, like, we're really trying to streamline this rollbuck trick so more people can learn it, and so Doyle can also get on to learning his other runs too. Yeah, they're asking me to demonstrate the trick again, but I want to see you get it though first. Do you actually want to watch me do it again? Because it's been a little bit.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Let's pause.
All right, let's get over there. All right, I dropped an input there. My B input dropped. This is what you get for doing cheap %, man. It just ruins your controller. Oh, man. Just gotta get through GSA Legends and get a 147 in cheap %. Right, so you can recover it like that. Do you see how you can kind of like recover it, even if you don't get the right bounce? Like, you're probably seeing bounces that you might have like bailed on that I'm still getting, you know? It's all really in connecting C to D. I'm trying to I was trying to go back down. Yeah, it's all in the way that you connect C to D. This trick was changed recently. This is the way I'm showing Doyle is not the way that I do it in runs. See that? Like, look at that. I could have actually gotten that. You gotta just really understand how this geometry works. Yeah. You good?
Yeah. Let's go. First try. We're gonna get it. Maybe not. Whoa, we fell.
Dear God, this stick drift is outrageous. This controller's not even that old either. All good, man. All good.
You know, I was happy to watch it again, for sure.
The speed boost. Oh, that's the method that I use called U-turn rollbuck. It's a little bit faster. It saves a couple of seconds. That's the one that I do in runs, but I don't think it's like... I think when you're learning the trick, it's more important to take your time. So instead of teaching that version, I teach this version instead. I'm also like not very good at it anymore because I haven't practiced it in a while, but yeah.
Oh shit, that was almost it. That was really close. My angle as I was going up the wall was just a little bit off. I didn't believe hard enough. And then I tried to adjust mid climb, and the game didn't like that and said no.
Alright, well, we'll give this a few more minutes, and then I think we gotta start the races soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see you get on the wall again. But I think that we've pretty much just ruled this out to like being maybe a couple of things that are wrong that really just need practice. I feel like we have a pretty good understanding of what's going on.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be running this trick in my any percent run, so like before probably our next.
See, you're really focusing on going up the wall to the point where you're just going off to the left side. You really have to hold to the right so you stay on the wall, because that one would have worked if you just held to the right for E. You have to remember to hold to like get stuck to the wall. If you hug the wall, you will roll up it. I promise. But you have to get over the threshold as well. Yeah, that was a little bit of you kind of had like a little bit of a wraparound for B.
Yeah.
So you got to remember not to go for those. You got to know that if you get that, you're not going to be able to get it. Remember to tap to the left when you fall off the corner, by the way. You're starting to go
what?
back. You just fell off to the right side for A again.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
go-
yeah.
That's just muscle memory because you've done it that way so many times. But yeah, just consciously remember that you have to do it that way. Yeah.
I swear I'm holding so far right.
You're not really bouncing off of that. Beater art. You can totally get those if you just hold more to the right.
Yeah, I think the counterintuitive part is that I'll go up faster by holding like I said before, like 4 o'clock, but that's like a backwards input.
I'm
So
telling
like it
you,
makes no
if
sense.
the more up you hold, the less you hug the wall, and you really got to focus on hugging the wall. The terrain will do the rest for you. Like that would have worked. You could have gotten that. You can even like hug the wall by holding right and like wiggle the control stick around while holding right. As you're sliding up. That can give you a little bit more of a push.
I didn't like that one. Well, that's new.
Yeah. Well, there's room to like now that you're getting it too far to the right and too far to the left. Like you're seeing how there's more range of motion. There are more angles to pick from. You just gotta find something in between.
Yeah.
Give this like a couple more tries.
I think I'll get it. I have faith.
Yeah, you gotta really commit to that wall slam.
Yeah, I started to not commit because I felt like I was going off too far to the left.
It seems like you're also
C.
holding back because you don't want to have to fall off and get the sponge ball again. Just don't worry about that. Don't even think about it. When you're bouncing off of C and going to the wall, try holding more left as you're going to the wall. Because you might be trying too hard to cancel the vector when you should be working more with it, if that makes sense. The vector that you set from C, you should try to work with it more. Like what you just did there. You can't completely cancel it, you have to just kind of work with it. Instead of working against it. That would have been fine if you got a little bit higher. Just get a higher bounce next time. So it has to do with how you're striking the wall for C. You're doing the thing again where you're going off to the right for A. Be careful. Make sure that you're tapping to the left as you go, as you fall from the corner. It sucks because you practiced it the other way for like 2 hours, so it's
I
just
know.
it's just gonna keep coming out. You gotta really pay attention to that though, because it ruins the entire trick if you don't do it.
Blech.
It's at least looking better.
It feels better. Like now there's less like variable. I feel like at least in the beginning part. I have more or less a game plan instead of like, all right, let's just try it and see what happens.
Yep. Yeah. You're not bouncing off the wall with C. You're just kind of like ramming into it and not bouncing. Make sure that you hold back on the control stick as soon as you touch the wall. And as soon as you hold back, hold forward. Yeah, you kind of did it again. You got to remember to strike more to the left on the wall so you actually bounce. If you go too far to the right, you roll up. Don't try to avoid that. Okay, that could have been good, but B still wasn't strong enough. You still had you need more force on B.
Yeah.
From going from B to C.
Yeah, when I try and go like make C into D,
you're still
like
too far right when you're going from A to B, by the way.
oh really?
Yeah. Tiny bit. You want to be a tiny bit more left.
Rollerific.
Yeah, it's like the
It looks like you're not even like pushing into the wall.
I know.
Are
So
you,
it's like
are you tapping the control stick as you go up? Because you need.
my problem is like yeah, it's like I get the good angle and then I'm like all right, let's do this, and
You
then my
really,
hands just kind of
really-
like freeze. Like
Yeah,
I know it's a fast input.
Yeah,
It's just a matter of
from
doing
going
it.
from B to C, you really need to hold forward the entire time. Like as soon as you start falling down that cliff, you need to start holding forward and keep holding forward, and really just fucking commit to it. Once you fall down the cliff, you are done adjusting yourself. You're committing to it. As soon as you fall, like your time to adjust your angle is going from A to B. B to C, you're not adjusting your angle. If you do that, you're not going to make it.
I'm just gonna practice the like going the like C to D really quick because like I've been rolling like a semicircle for the past like 4 attempts and that's not good. Okay.
You mean A to B?
Like no, like when I hit the wall and I
Oh.
have to.
Oh, so you're not snapping the control stick back.
That was my problem.
Yeah, you need to make sure you're doing that. It feels shitty. It feels like you're almost like breaking your controller, but that's what you gotta do. Yeah. You just really pay close attention to the roundabout you're doing at the bottom there.
Yeah. No.
Remember, when he freezes in place, that's not me not giving an input. When he freezes in place, it's because your vector is directly canceling the way he fell down. Like kind of like that, but you were in the wrong spot.
Whoa. Windows. Windows is hitting me with alerts when I'm trying to do expert speedrunning tricks.
You got this, man. You kind of went too far to the right on the cliff when you were falling down. Pay attention to the little angle, like the little corner on the cliff, and make sure you're staying to the left of it. I can't tell what you're doing wrong there from B to C. I really just can't tell. Because you're getting like no speed and you're not really bouncing against the wall.
I think I'm trying to like snap back too early.
Yeah, just wait to do it. Just wait longer to do it. I just want to see something different happen because you're not.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changing. You just keep trying the same thing and it's not working. Alright, there's a little bit of a bounce, but it was in the wrong spot, so I can't really say for sure you did the right thing. You're focusing too much on the last part now. Focus on the beginning part as well.
You ever just practice one trick for 3 hours?
Tell me about it. I practiced one trick for 12 hours. There are some things in this game that aren't a thing anymore, but you really
is that
you really wouldn't
the
want to
in Dutchman's?
No, I was referring to Fast Nut.
Oh. Come on, man.
Yeah, just focus. Just keep looking at it as parts. Just keep thinking about the parts individually. Just visualize what you have to do for each one.
Come on, SpongeBob, no.
You were really close there.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of getting E down.
Yeah, I wasn't holding far enough.
You gotta focus on getting on the wall more often. I think we're out of time though, so I wanna check in.
No, we were so close. Okay,
you could have gotten that. Like that was
Yeah.
you basically got that.
I just had to pick a direction.
You could have released the ball a little bit later, and spaced your jumps better. But yeah, that would have worked. That's gonna take some practice too. But that's definitely something that you don't need to like set up to do. It's more just feel based.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that would have worked. Just figure out where you can land on the little handle on the thing. Yeah, you just gotta learn the geometry.
I'm happy with that last attempt.
Yeah, no, for sure, it was good. Well, anyway, I'll definitely check in on you. Next time we do this, we can learn other tricks. I kind of like this this format though, like focusing on one trick at a time.
Yeah.
Might want to do this in the future, but we'll decide. It can be a good series though. I like it a lot. What's happening here? I think it's a different way of looking at tutorials where you can see mostly mistakes, so you can see what went wrong with the mistakes because it's all diagnostics. A lot of these tricks, like they have the diagnostics with them, but they're not like there aren't a lot of them, and there aren't a different like examples of things that can go wrong. And of course, this is a game where a lot can go wrong with pretty much everything. So I think it's good that people are seeing that. But anyway, for those of you who are trying to learn this yourselves, I hope you got something out of it. Doyle, seems like you're much more comfortable with this now than you were when you first started.
For sure.
I hope this goes well with your runs, man. It's a very useful trick, like super, super helpful. That's why I'm trying to get the intermediate people to at least get exposed to it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I'll stick around and chat because I want to see the races, or the grand finals.
Yeah, no problem, man. And by the way, guys, stick around after grand finals as well because we have a surprise coming as well. You guys might enjoy that a lot, I think. It's going to be very different than what we usually stream here. So with that, thank you for coming on, Doyle.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Good luck with your runs, dude.
Thank you.
And to those of you who are learning, just letting you know, like, you can for sure learn this game if you just try to break it down, believe in yourself, and look at things as a matter of I don't understand this yet, as opposed to I can't understand this. You just gotta trust yourself, because we're all human. We all have the same tools. You just gotta, look at it from a smaller, like a more focused perspective. You can't expect to do something instantly, like the way when you watch somebody do something and to them it's one fluid motion. It took them many steps to get there. So you have to dial it back a little bit and break it down piece by piece, which is the reason why beginner tutorials exist anyway. So yeah, use the beginner resources. This is going to be part of the playlist that you can access through using the exclamation tutorial command in my Twitch chat, and also on my YouTube channel there's a playlist as well for it's called Battle for Bikini Bottom Speedrun Tutorials. You can find all that in there. Alright, let's get the next thing going. Grand Finals, Chris versus Rubbertoe. Gonna be a good one. We'll see you in 3 minutes, or longer probably. It'll probably be longer.